Welcome to the Preps6 video series. In this recording, I will take you through the AutoGang feature of Preps6. Discussion points will be the Preps Pro license, the AutoGang presets, and the AutoGang dialog. With Preps6 and AutoGang, you must have a Preps Pro license. This can be dongle-based or this could be floating license. In a AutoGang solution, a user would populate the files that they would like to work with, add them to the Files pane. Then, through either the Resources menu, AutoGang presets, or through the initialization of the AutoGang icon, a user will be presented with the AutoGang dialog. It's here in the AutoGang dialog that not only can a user visit the presets as I highlighted under Resources, but they also can come in and edit. When you edit your presets, you can add, delete, or edit an existing preset. In this case, I'm going to create a new one. In our preset dialog, you can define a name. You can define the media you would like to base this AutoGang preset upon. You can define a paper stock, and all of this information would be based on existing resources in the media or stock resources list. A press sheet margin can be defined for the top, the bottom, left, and right edges to determine if you need to leave space for color bars or other marking elements. You could determine the work style. In this case, I'm going to leave this as sheet-wise, but in some workflows, a single-sided might be necessary. You could define the default bleed of the art elements you'd be working with. Below that, you can optimize. You can optimize for a digital or offset press, and this is just simply determining a number of make-ready sheets that would be programmed. Or you can enter a fixed print cost for 1,000 sheets or 2,000 sheets. To the right of that, you have your step direction. Everything is assuming the lower left corner of a press sheet. So for horizontal, you're going to be starting from that lower left corner and creating a row going from left to right. Once you reach the rightmost margin, you would then go on top of the leftmost position and again proceed left to right. Vertical is going to stack from that lower left corner and create a column going up. Once it reaches the top, it'll move over to the right and then again start from the bottom up. Another feature in our step direction is optimize for cut efficiency. So this new algorithm is allowing a user to predetermine the best cutting solution out of that sheet. The slider bar is just a timeline. Do you want the information, the optimization to give it to you faster? Or are you willing to wait a little bit longer to get a better, higher quality cut? Additionally, we have allow rotation. Now, allow rotation is simply check on or off, and depending on the step direction feature you selected, could determine whether you're going to allow a product to rotate 90 degrees of its original placement. There is an additional feature underneath the horizontal and vertical decisions to first in, first out, and this is for a hot folder solution only, and that will be in a separate video series. I'm going to hit OK, and now I have my new preset. If I wanted to duplicate, if you will, I could edit, and then in editing maybe make a change to a different property and save as another preset. All right. I'm going to hit done. Now let's talk for a minute about the AutoGang dialog box. A user can select what preset they wanted to use. A user can come in and check or uncheck the product that they want to consider towards their AutoGang solution. Preps will look at and determine if it's got the front product and a backup, assuming an odd and then even placement for the back. If, however, Preps did not get that relationship correct, a user could split by dragging and dropping. So I've split the postcard from itself. And a user can actually combine different backs. Now in this particular case, I'm getting an alert because the trim size of my front, the 3.5 by 2, does not match the trim size of my back. And as my dialog is reporting to me, there is a mismatch error and something could happen. I will hit OK. If I want to reset, I can pull out and then reapply to the appropriate backup. So now at this point in time, the user would want to come in and define for the various products the quantities that they desire. So in this particular case, I'm going to enter a quantity for my business cards, a quantity for my instruction cards, and for my postcards. And then I will hit Gang. And at this point in time, based on my preset solutions, based on whether I had rotational selected or not, my product will be developed. Now, you'll notice that at this point in time, Preps is still letting me work within this environment. So if I desired, and I would say I wanted to fill up this space, I could very easily come and continue to use my step and repeat tool to fill up that space. Now it should be noted that in doing so you will be exceeding the count that you may have desired, but again, that might be your option. Taking a look below in the press runs list, you'll notice that the signature and run length windows all have 150 populated. And that's simply to mean that 150 sheets would be necessary in order to produce the quantities you desired. At this point in time, if I wanted to, I could come in and populate with a set of marks. As I mentioned earlier, if I wanted to continue and step and repeat a product, I could also use my step and repeat tool to fill up inappropriate space. Now that I have completed my AutoGang solution, at this point in time, I could save or print to get that product definition. Something to highlight while I am here. Since I did use the AutoGang solution, I will hide Preps. And I want to highlight for you what Preps has done in the background. Through the use of the AutoGang, in our templates folder, we find a new folder called AutoGen. And inside AutoGen, we have a new folder called AutoGang. Every template that the AutoGang solution provides will create a brand new template, and those templates will exist in this structure. Let me go back to Preps. So, to summarize, I've completed my job. I could save, I could print, and at that point in time, this job would be complete. I want to thank you for joining me in this AutoGang video. If you're looking for additional resources, please look for this video and other videos on eCentral. If you have technical support questions, contact the Response Center. Thank you.